It is better to have your coffee ground 4 weeks in advance than to use a blade grinder.
Yeah.
It's worthless. You might as well just use your
machete,
Vitamix, your machete, a hammer, and a cutting
Your
board.
teeth?
Yeah, your teeth. Chew it, spit it out.
Yeah.
Hey everyone,
Hello.
welcome back to the Equal Parts Coffee Podcast.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
2026.
2026. You know,
I thought last year sounded like the future, but
yeah, this year sounds like the future.
Black Ops 2 is now officially a history game.
Oh, yeah.
Campaign set in 2025. Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. You know what? Since we're so early on, let's start with a classic rant. You know, since we just got started, you know, it's
Yep.
not a rant.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, you know, every year everybody's like, "Man, that year was the worst. This
Yeah.
year's gonna be great," and then they say the same thing next year. How about you just be grateful for the last year? 2025 was a great year, even through its difficulties.
Yeah.
And 2026 will also be.
Yeah.
So,
It's up to you to make it a great year. You know?
yeah.
If the years pass and every year you're like, next year, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
Reflect. What are you doing? Don't give up. I know you've already failed your New Year's resolutions, but
That's embarrassing. That's really soon, guys. I mean,
see,
a lot of people do, though.
I don't even make New Year's resolutions anymore. You know, I'm not cooked. No, I don't know. I've never really made New Year's resolutions.
Jack's out here like, there's really nothing that I want to change
I
about
do
myself.
everything perfectly.
I just do things how I want to do them.
Yeah.
That would be a very Jack thing for you to say, though. I know you don't say that.
I mean, it is kind of true. Where you know, I don't know that I believe in waiting till a time to start to
Yes.
change something.
Yes.
You know, indulge yourself one last time. You know,
That means you don't actually really want to do it.
yeah,
If you're gonna wait for a time to make a change, you don't actually want to make that change.
yeah. It has to stop now.
Yeah. Cut it out, guys. Okay, Jack, what are we drinking?
We are drinking a co-fermented coffee. You guys know those are my favorite. Let's get besides that here. So this is a really interesting coffee from Lamppost Coffee. This is a banana co-ferment blended with a cranberry co-ferment, which I've never had either of those co-ferments.
So it's two coffees that were co-fermented and then blended together.
I believe so. That's what the bag leads me to believe. Honey Caturra cranberry co-ferment, and then it also says Honey Caturra banana co-ferment.
Okay. Same farm? Same region? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Campar Hermoso, Quinidio, Colombia, by Edwin Noreña.
That's
Shout out
interesting.
Edwin.
I will say banana. I think banana is a great tasting note in coffee.
Oh yeah.
I mean, banana
Oh, yeah.
is so good. Cranberry is a very bold
Shout
flavor.
out our banana fans out there. If you guys like bananas.
Shout out.
Not everybody
yeah.
likes bananas.
Shout out Nannerheads. You guys rock.
It's wild.
Yeah. So cranberry is a very strong flavor, though. So I'm curious how those
Yeah.
will kind of relate to each other. And
About to find out.
yeah. So
And I've been doing some like extra digging, and by that I mean I listened to one podcast about coffee co-fermenting. Shout out, what's her name? Lucia Solis. She has a podcast called Making Coffee.
Okay.
She's a former winemaker and now works. I believe she's in Guatemala right now, and she does coffee processing essentially. But she has a lot of knowledge on coffee's molecular structure because of her work in the wine industry. So it's a very interesting point of view on coffee co-fermentation. So that kind of shifted at first I was always like, I'm so against co-ferments, but now I'm like, okay, I can start to understand them a little more. So the idea is not, you know, adding banana flavoring and cranberry flavoring and then slapping it on a bag and selling it as a single origin coffee. There's a little more to it. You're trying to, just like a natural process, you know, when you're co-fermenting the coffee seed and the cherry, you're bringing out different flavors because of the sugars that are breaking down. But it's the same thing with introducing something like bananas. Banana has a specific chemical makeup, and that will sometimes certain fruits will permeate into the coffee seed and not necessarily add banana flavor, but just change the way that coffee will ferment and bring out different notes that maybe aren't even banana or cranberry. So
yeah.
So I got a little into the weeds there.
No, yeah, that's interesting. I would. It honestly would be fun to have a co-ferment like episode or something where we can really learn about that, because I honestly don't know that much outside of my own experience with it.
You gotta find me somebody who absolutely loves co-ferments and wants them to continue, because I want to debate them.
Debate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure? Do you feel qualified enough for that?
No, but I do need to do some. I can do some homework. I can do some research, because right now, to me, well, I don't need to have an opinion on it. I've never had one that's good enough to bring to the menu at Mundos, but I like tasting them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to reject a sample that somebody tries to send me and enjoy it, but I typically like wash process coffees anyway. But
yeah, this is very. Man, what is it? It's almost like.
I don't really taste any cranberry.
No, it's not. It's not forwardly cranberry, but it does have almost a. You guys know me with my really weird tasting
Out
notes.
of pocket notes.
Yeah, it's just they'll remind me of very specific things.
Yeah.
This is kind of reminding me in the nose and the the middle of the taste. The beginning is kind of banana, but the middle and the smell, strawberry Flintstone vitamin.
Okay.
Gummy vitamin.
Sure.
The strawberry ones.
Yeah.
It has that I don't know what it is. It's just that the sweetness from the banana and that kind of acidity from the cranberry, and it's kind of reminding me of strawberry Flintstone vitamin gummies.
Is it like a medicinal type flavor, or is it actually?
I wouldn't say it's medicinal. I don't think it tastes necessarily like strawberry.
Sure.
Like that much.
Yeah, but it's got is it like strawberry candy where it doesn't really taste
kind
like
of,
strawberry,
yeah.
but it has its own flavor?
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of that. That's the connection it's making in my brain.
I always love when coffees bring back memories rather than flavor notes.
Yeah,
sometimes they hit you deep, get those nostalgic notes out of you.
Yeah, I mean, I used to love the Flintstone gummy vitamins. It's like you had to
Bro,
stop me. You had to stop me. I only,
That's
know,
your
2 or 3
Year's-
a day. It's like, but I want a couple more.
That's your New Year's resolution. Get off the gummies, man.
Get off the gummies. Yeah, those Flintstone gummies, dude. Too much.
Man. Crazy.
So, something that's coming up at Mundos.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about it, Jack.
Heck yeah. We got the first ever, actually, public latte art competition. Lucha Leche, which means fight milk in Spanish. We thought it was a fun name. But a really awesome latte art competition happening at Mundos 305 on January 17th at 5 p.m. If you want to sign up, head to the Mundos Instagram. There's a link in the bio. I'll probably drop a link in this video as well. So check that out. $10 to participate. Proceeds are going to benefit single mom. So it's going to be a great time. And some really great prizes. We got a Breville Barista Express, first place prize.
Nice.
And we've got some other sweet prizes from our sponsors as well. So shout out Fetco. They've got some really great merch. We reached out to them and I was like,
They've got merch.
yeah. I was like, Fetco, food equipment technologies company. I didn't think that they would have merch, or it would just be basic, because they just make coffee brewers and grinders, pretty good ones, but they're more industrial or commercial. But
they're not like the brand you wear.
No, they're not like Malkonig or Slayer. Those like more iconic brands, I would say. But they've got some sweet merch.
Really,
they've got. I'm like, man, I need to buy a hat from them. They got like their T-shirts are like fire. And then Calafia Farm sent us some fire tote bags.
Cool.
And then
tote bags and oat milk go together like peanut butter and freaking jelly.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Real. So that's going to be a good time. Nick and I are actually going to be emceeing the event. So it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it'll be super fun.
It's going to be a party.
Mundos.
We're going to be pumping in there.
Yeah. Mundos has always done private latte art competitions, and they're always great.
Just about every year we've done a Christmas latte art competition.
I really like the structure of Mundos competitions. I feel like they're competitive and they're fair, and so I'm looking forward to being able to do a public one.
I've been to, not a lot, but I've been to a few latte art competitions in my time, and a lot of them are very maybe casual, I would say, and they can be fun that way, but I like a little more structure, but also having it fun as well. Having the rules laid out very clearly, having knowing what the judges are going to judge, your art based on is very nice to know, because judges can be different. Are they going to be judging based on your foam quality at all, or is it just your latte art? Or I've been to a latte art competition where somebody pours a swan and one of the judges is absolutely awestruck, but they don't really understand the different types of
wasn't
art.
good.
No, yeah. The swan was missing its head. But
the swan was missing its head, and this Rosetta is
distracted.
Perfect, but there's shock.
It's the most symmetrical Rosetta you've ever seen. But anyway, so that should be a fun time. I'm not dogging on any other latte art competitions, but
I do think though that Mundos has taken the time to learn, because we've been to competitions, we've seen things done right, we've seen things done wrong, and I think that really like the structure that you guys have put together is great. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's very clear. I think it's going to be super fair, super fun.
At first I was like, the more rules you have, it's not going to be fun. But then I was like, no, I think that you can have that structure and that competitiveness. And there's a lot of people in the Traverse City area, in the surrounding area, that just love coffee in the same way. So I think it's going to be sweet.
I think that rules create room for fun. Yeah. Right? Like if you've ever played spike ball with the Clarks, you know that the rules have to be laid out clearly. Otherwise, nobody's going to have any fun.
The rules have to be laid out. Otherwise, the game's going to take 3 times as long. And half the time is just going to be talking about the rules.
But when the rules are laid out, when everything's thought through, then that's where the fun begins.
Exactly. Exactly.
So this is where the fun begins.
Yeah. Also, if you want to show up, you do not have to sign up or pay. You can just show up and cheer on the competitors.
Yeah. Or even if like you've maybe never competed, or you're like, it seems like it could be fun, but I'm a little intimidated too. Just show up. Just watch. See what goes on.
I know there will be plenty of lattes to drink. So
it's true.
There's that. Come get a free latte.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
So, Jack, you got something for Christmas.
Yes. I got the AeroPress Premium for Christmas. I know. Crazy.
Sound effect
it's like
here.
The Rolls Royce of AeroPresses. And it is, I've been thinking about it for a long time before they released it. I love the AeroPress. I absolutely love it, but I wasn't a huge fan of brewing coffee in plastic. Hot water and plastic just don't, in my mind, they don't mix together very well. So I wanted something that was more robust, but also I just love the flavor profile of an AeroPress. So when they announced it was a long time ago they announced it. But it took them a couple more years before it actually came out. And my wife got me the AeroPress Premium for Christmas. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. Does it make coffee any better than a regular AeroPress? No. It is glass and stainless steel, high quality materials. It looks very nice, but it's still the same old AeroPress.
So you've used it.
Yes.
Okay. Have you noticed a difference in the temperature, like retention for your water, or has there not been a noticeable difference?
I don't think I've used it enough to notice.
Okay.
I would be curious to do this is what I want to do, but I haven't done it yet. A side-by-side comparison of brewing one just right next to a regular AeroPress. Because I actually just have an AeroPress Go. That's the only thing I have. I don't have a regular AeroPress, but it makes pretty much the same if you make a smaller ratio AeroPress and add bypass after.
I think that you can fit.
You can fit 210 in there.
Yeah.
You have to make sure your plunger's just super low. Otherwise, you're going to be overfilling. But I prefer the bypass, at least for now. Shout out. That's another brewer that I want to get is a, what do they call those? Like the zero.
Yes.
The full immersion zero bypass brewers.
Well, which brand are you talking?
Well, the Hario Switch.
Okay.
And then the Pulsar, what do they call it? What's that brand? Adam got one. The brewer you can basically, it's like a pour over dripper.
Well, I know the Pulsar, but I actually don't know what the company is. But I know the Pulsar.
Yeah. And then there's more companies that are making.
Yeah, there's the Aurea zero bypass.
They did
that's one that I really
collaboration
want
with Melodrip, right? For a brewer.
With Melodrip and with Sybrist filters.
That's right.
So they have custom Sybrist filters.
How much does that brewer cost?
It's for the set.
Yeah.
With filters and a decanter.
Yeah.
I know it's $100.
Okay.
So I think the brewer on its own is maybe 60, 70, maybe 80. I can't remember.
Get out of here. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it looks. I've heard nothing but good things. I would really like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's 1,000,001 brewers out there, and you can get caught up with getting the perfect brewer or whatever. But I do think that there's room for at least a for the coffee enthusiast, at least one of each of the like styles of brewers. So maybe it's a Kalita, maybe it's a fellow ex brewer. You know, those are similar enough brewers. And then something like, I think a cone filter is a good, or a cone brewer, like the V60 is a good option to have. Yeah. AeroPress, I think, is gotta have an AeroPress. You know, it's just like, it's so different from any other brewer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, so an AeroPress. Yeah. So for those that might not know, when we're talking about bypass is any water that is in the end result of your cup that never came in contact with coffee. So in a like percolation brewer, right? Yep. That there is water that's going to seep through the side of the filter and pass by, and it's not going to actually come in contact with any coffee. And that's normal. That's unavoidable.
Yeah.
The AeroPress is kind of like one of the like original popular zero bypass brewers because that filter sits in the basket and it twists on, so there's actually nowhere for the water to go except through the coffee, through the filter.
Yeah.
So that's why it creates such a unique cup.
Yeah.
But an issue with zero bypass is it's very slow. If you were to make a pour over in an AeroPress, it would drain incredibly slow, and that's kind of why you do have the plunger method and that kind of thing. And that's kind of an issue that some of these other brewers have attempted to solve, especially the Oreo zero bypass brewer. They have custom filters, really low levels of agitation to try and really speed it up. They claim a 2.5 minute brew.
But that's so how that works, right? That and the Hario switch is it's just like a pour over brewer, except for the spot at the bottom where the coffee drips out. You just close that, right? And then you brew on top of that for your decided amount of time, and then you open it to let it come through.
And so that is is the Hario switch a zero bypass, or is it just an immersion brewer?
Wouldn't that be zero bypass if you at least you close it for the first part, unless you pour water after you open it, because any water that you add while it's closed would be considered full immersion, similar to the AeroPress, but you're not pushing.
So I guess there's multiple thoughts, and I don't know which one that is, but there's zero bypass, right? No water's bypassing, and there's also immersion brewing, which the AeroPress also, it doesn't technically do if you do it the way that they designed it, but if you do a inverted method, which I prefer and you typically do, that is full immersion, like a French press.
If you guys haven't heard about AeroPress before, you got to check them out. It was started by this guy who invented what was that disc called? The Aerobi disc?
The Aerobi flying disc.
So you guys know what that is. Everybody had one of those as a kid. So he came up with
he patented the rubber seal on the AeroPress. That was kind of his.
And he came up with the AeroPress, and it was just like I think it was just like a piece of camping coffee gear, right?
That was kind of the idea.
Travel
portable
coffee gear. And man, it does that really well. I bring that on. That's the coffee brewer I bring for backpacking or camping because it's so compact. But it kind of like took off in the specialty coffee scene, and there's like national AeroPress championships, probably even global, that people just come up with different recipes, and that's where the inverted recipe came from. Was some champion one year was like, I'm gonna brew it inverted.
I'm gonna turn this all on its head.
Upside down. Yeah. And that's just kind of like now the new standard, at least for a lot of people, is brewing it upside down. It is delicious.
Yeah, I really do think that. I think that if you're looking for some staples for filter coffee at home, right? Like for me, staples, right? An
office supply store.
Yep, Staples. You can return your Amazon packages there.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you know a place is struggling. Anyway, so if I guess my 4 staples at my house that I use often are the Kalita Wave.
Yeah. Shout out. OG.
Yep. I left it and I came back, It's like it's a staple, Yeah. And I ain't got a staple remover. I can't take it out. But it's a good flat bottom brewer. The V60, right, for a cone brewer.
Yeah.
Espresso machine for espresso, and then I would say the AeroPress. So those 4 things are what I make the coffee on the most often, and I think that the AeroPress fills a unique spot.
Yeah, there's not really much like it, right? Except for the French press, but that's just basically a worse version of the AeroPress.
I've done some testing to compare, like to see if I can make great coffee with a French press.
Yeah.
And I've made decent coffee, but it wasn't worth having to me.
Yeah. Something about a paper filter. You know, you probably, assuming with your testing, you probably used a paper filter.
I did, and I had to jerry rig it, and it just.
Yeah.
What's the point? So that's the thing. If you're wondering, if you're curious, okay, what's the difference? French press, AeroPress. One, which is kind of a downside to some people, which I think they like an AeroPress better or a French press better for this reason, is it makes a smaller cup.
Sure.
That is kind of the
That's
role
why you
that
get
the
the
AeroPress
AeroPress
XL fills. It makes a smaller cup, which for the most of the time I'm just making coffee for myself.
It can. The regular AeroPress can make a typical 12-ounce cup. You can modify to make that. But I feel I've found the most ideal flavor profile-wise for most coffees has been like an 8-ounce brew.
8-10 at most, yeah. I think that most people, right, when they're thinking of a French press, they're like, I can dump a bunch of water in there and I can serve a couple of people.
Yeah.
So that is a maybe potential drawback, but I think that the flavor returns are well worth it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not really a replacement for the French press, but it's a very similar. It's similar flavor profile, except for just better in every way.
Yeah, I think here's the main difference: is a French press uses a mesh wire filter, plunger that you plunge down, and an AeroPress uses a paper filter, and that's the big thing.
Yeah,
that paper filter grabs all of that sediment, all of that siltiness. Those tiny compounds on your palate are what really like create astringency.
Yeah,
I mean that bitterness is that coffee is those tiny compounds on your palate, and so for a paper filter to grab those and to withhold them, then you have a much cleaner, clearer. You have more separated and clear flavors.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so
if you've ever
tastier.
gotten to the bottom of a pot of coffee or a French press, and it's
bottom of French press,
it's just extra bitter, and you just don't know why, and that's probably because with a French press, the coffee fines getting through because there's no paper filter in there is just. That coffee is continually extracting while it's sitting in there. So the bottom of your pot is just not going to be as good.
Yeah. But yes, I do think that I think a lot of people are kind of intimidated by an AeroPress, or they kind of like the idea of it, but they can never figure out how to use it and make good coffee with it. But it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think that the recipe that Mundos uses is great.
Yeah. I would recommend, like, if you're first starting getting into specialty coffee and you're overwhelmed by the amount of gear that you need or people are telling you, I would say the AeroPress is a great spot to start because it's, for one, you don't need a gooseneck kettle. So that's one purchase you can hold off on for now. You can make an incredible cup of coffee. It's honestly, it's frustrating how easy it is to make a really good AeroPress. You just got to get the other variables right. I would say, obviously, the most important, and we've said this numerous times, is your grinder. But you need a coffee grinder for making any coffee at home at all. So
yeah, if your grinder is a blade grinder, you're not.
If your grinder's a blade grinder, go to your local roastery and ask for ground coffee there. It will be better.
Yes, it is better to have your coffee ground 4 weeks in advance than to use a blade grinder.
Yeah.
It's worthless. You might as well just use your
machete,
Vitamix, your machete, a hammer, and a cutting board.
Teeth.
Yeah, your teeth, chew it, spit it out.
Yeah.
It's just there's no consistency, right? Like, I mean, if you were, this is weird. If you're going to saute some onions, all right,
yeah,
and you just set that onion down on the cutting board and take a hatchet and just like, you got huge chunks, you got tiny chunks. It's going to be terrible. Whatever meal you're making, it needs some consistency in those.
That's a good. I was thinking of a good analogy of you have big pieces and you have small pieces. Which ones are going to extract faster?
Yeah. And so it's a weird analogy and maybe it's not perfect, but you get the picture, right? So like a blade grinder is going to do that with no consistency.
Yeah.
The thing I'll say is I think the biggest pitfall that people fall into with an AeroPress is doing what people tell them to do. For some reason, on so many grinders, and AeroPress's personal recommendations and everything, they tell you to grind it finer than you actually should.
I mean, they're probably talking about a larger brew, right? Like a 12-ounce brew. You would want to create more concentration to add more water afterwards.
Well,
or whatever,
but even the Mundos recipe, we add more water afterwards.
But it's still only an 8-ounce brew. But yeah.
I don't think that grinding finer is grind the same as any filter coffee for an AeroPress. That's the biggest
great
pitfall.
place to start. And I mean, you should mess around with it yourself. If you got, I would say that's a good starting point. Start there. Man, I just love AeroPress.
Yeah, it's a great to kind of wrap up the AeroPress talk.
Yeah.
I think that it fills a unique role, which we didn't really talk about, in that it is full immersion. So it does something to coffee that a filter brew isn't going to do.
Yeah.
It's full immersion. It's thicker. It's like fuller tasting. You get more of the oils from the coffee in there from pressing it. And so I think that the reason it's a staple in our coffee setups is because there are some coffees that where, they're good on filter, but you put that in an AeroPress and wow, there's something in this coffee. There's a nature to it that really shines in that format.
Yeah.
A roundness, smoothness, a fullness of flavor. So, yeah, I do think what you said too, Jack, about it being a great place to start, I would 100% agree with that. I think that if you don't have any specialty coffee equipment, I think the AeroPress is a great place to start because you can make fantastic coffee with it.
So there's a lot of AeroPresses out there nowadays. Which one would you recommend for somebody who's loading up the AeroPress website?
It's a good cheap one. Just their basic one.
Yeah. That's probably their standard, just gray.
Standard, yep. If you decide you want the AeroPress clear because you like the way it looks better, sure.
That's like what, $60, $70 for that one? I think.
Something like that. Yeah, which is more, but I think just get it.
They've raised their prices, but I think their standard AeroPress is still around $40 or $50.
Yeah, and I would just spend as little money as you can when you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't spend a bunch of money on the things that you think that you're going to like, and then you actually don't, because that's dumb. So I would just get...
Yeah, the fancy AeroPresses don't make better coffee than the standard one does.
Yeah.
But if you like the green one, I get it. It's aesthetic.
Yeah.
Get it.
The pink one's fun, too.
Yeah.
I like
Do they have a red one?
They do have a red one. Jack likes red.
But I got the premium, so...
Yep. I will say, they do send you so many filters. I have never bought AeroPress filters, ever.
I have.
I have not.
There was a time in my life.
I've also gotten so many. I've owned 4 AeroPresses, and they send you so many with every single one.
This is actually the 3rd AeroPress I've owned, but I gave away my standard AeroPress to somebody after I got the Go because I would use that for traveling a lot, and the Go made just as good as the regular one. Mm-hmm. I love that one because it's just so compact, and it's everything in one. So I can just grab that.
Yeah, I gave one of my AeroPresses to AJ. Got to see ya. Nice. Shout out AJ.
Shout out AJ.
I need to show you how to use that still. I don't even know if you're really using it. Yep.
Once you know.
Yeah.
It can be intimidating at first. Oh, yeah. Any of this can. But it's a lot of fun.
So, to wrap up the AeroPress conversation, I guess, asking specifically about the premium, I'm just curious, like, who do you think it's for? What do you like about it?
So,
what are its drawbacks?
It's $200. I'll go right out and say it. It's very expensive. Borderline too expensive for what it is. It doesn't make any better coffee. Do I recommend somebody buy one? If you have extra money lying around, sure. But it is that glass, so it is going to, as long as you preheat it, it will hold a better temperature. Is it going to make better coffee? No. Does it look insane? Yeah. So if you really care about the way it looks, I would probably, that's the only reason I would say to get it.
Well,
but
I think another reason is brewing in glass versus plastic.
Yeah.
Right. The classic AeroPresses are a style of plastic that they claim is
resistant to heat.
Yeah. But still.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, the one nice thing about it is the actual cap that holds the filter is metal. So every part of it, besides the plunger, which never touches the coffee, that's still rubber. Every part of that is going to be either glass or stainless steel. So you're having like really the most pure. If you're talking about like things that don't hold or don't leach flavors, glass is the best surface. I mean,
why did they make the plunger out of glass?
Well, I don't think it would work that well.
It's fair.
But it's beautiful. But I will say, Because the filter cap is metal, it gets very hot after you're done brewing. So you can be careful. You can't just take it apart like a normal AeroPress because
You gotta wait a minute.
You're gonna drop everything and break it because it's glass. But I didn't do that.
That'd be tragic.
But yeah, it looks great. If that's your style, that's your vibe. If you want like, the best,
if you're bougie like
of
that,
the best, then get it by all means. Maybe get it when it's on sale.
Yeah, maybe.
If it doesn't go on sale, probably.
I have no idea.
Shout out AeroPress.
Shout out.
I'm just glad they made it. I feel like
It was lacking.
it was lacking. It might be too expensive. That's the only thing I had to say. Because I think it's nice, and I think that it needs to be there, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
But I guess compared to the rest of the AeroPresses, they're still, $70 for an AeroPress Clear, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, $130 more, but that's a lot.
Yeah, you were just about to say it's not. It's not that much. You're like, it's only
No, that's
$130 more.
That's,
Yeah,
3
it is a
times
lot.
as much. Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It can't be premium if it's not super
It's
expensive.
like it's like
They'd have to change the name.
like the end game AeroPress.
Yeah.
It's like you have a single group Slayer espresso machine at home. If you're gonna buy an AeroPress, you're not gonna buy a plastic AeroPress. You're gonna buy the AeroPress Premium. Come on.
Yeah.
I do not have a single group head Slayer. Not yet. Anyways.
Not yet.
No.
That's the dream.
Yep. That'd be
I
fire.
actually, I think that the machine that I would want in my house is a GS3.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I'd want.
Classy.
I've just really liked the La Marzocco's. As good as the Slayers look, I like the Italian.
Oh yeah. Nice. You
aesthetic.
really can't beat that that Italian feel.
Mm-hmm.
Something about it,
Something about it, Jack. Jack, there's just something about it.
Espresso.
Do you guys know what that is?
Italiano. Espresso. Come on.
Yeah. Shout out Lauren. That guy loves Italy. So do we.
Yeah.
Everybody
Never
should.
been there.
I've never been there either.
Is it worth it? Do they have good coffee?
Let us
Do they
know.
have any good coffee? Maybe we should. Maybe
I think this is a dangerous road. This is a dangerous road to go down.
Yep.
But I would also like to go there. I'll
Thank
tell
you
what,
for
they've got
what you
good
have
food.
started, Italy.
Thank you for Parmesan cheese.
Seriously.
Jack, when's the last time you had like a good Parmesan cheese?
Too long.
It's, yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese. Man, where would we be without cheese, man?
I don't know.
Cheese is incredible.
I'd probably be in like a ditch somewhere right now.
Who invented cheese?
Who invented cheese?
Like who decided, let's just let this milk sit?
Well, I don't know if they probably did that
Found it. They're like, what is this? Solidified milk?
Oh, and then they ate it.
And then it tasted like mold, and they're like, ooh, blue cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's a specific kind of like
Are you a blue cheese
intentional
kind of guy?
No.
It's like weird smell, but
your brother is Adam. He likes blue cheese. I've been trying to expand my palate more because if I'm going to say to people that don't like coffee, if I'm going to say
practice what you preach,
you should try it because it's an acquired taste. It's telling your brain that no, this isn't dangerous. No, this isn't poisonous. It's actually good. It's teaching your brain that those flavors mean good. And it's expanding your palate and expanding what you're actually able to enjoy and adding more depth to your palate. So things that I don't typically like fennel, like black licorice, fennel, that taste, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right, like blue cheese, that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to not be as like hard on like, oh, I hate that. I'm trying to like, be more open to it.
Yeah, I when I was younger, that was kind of, I didn't fully understand how the human palate works, but I was always like, man, people just say they like things just to be cool. They like the taste of alcohol, or they like the taste of, these fancy cheeses, or, even coffee, just bitter, not good. But it is actually, I guess when I thought of people saying that things were an acquired taste, I just assumed that they were just pretending to like it. Because
or you're just making yourself like it.
You're just making yourself like
and
it
like, what's
because
the point of
everybody
that?
else likes it. And I think there is something to say about alcohol for that. But for a lot of other flavors, there are like, it really is, you just have to expose yourself to it and to really have to open up your eyes and open up your tongue. I don't know how to say
Open up the heart of your tongue to new flavors, guys.
Seriously.
Don't be just a mac and cheese chicken nugget kid for the rest of your life.
There's so much better things out there, but you just don't know yet. You know,
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta try it more than once.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta try the things you don't like more than once. You can't just try it once and give up. Don't give up. That'll be your New Year's resolution.
But
try
some
something
things-
new this year.
Some things like drugs, don't try them even once.
That's not food. I'm talking about food here, Nick.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that we don't give the wrong impression because he's, trying new things, not drugs, not once.
Fair.
Don't do that once. But, if it's fennel, go ahead. Go crazy.
Go crazy with the
Have
fennel.
so much fennel.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Do you like
Fennel?
fennel? No. Fennel.
Not particularly. I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
There are some foods that I've had, like certain Italian sausages that are just too heavy on the fennel. I'm just like, that's like the only flavor that's going on with it. So I'm like, it's too heavy-handed with the fennel, but I don't hate it. I think when used properly, it can be good, but it is a very strong, overpowering flavor. Speaking of flavors, maybe that's something I need to try again in the new year is coffee and chocolate.
Oh, yeah?
Because I don't think it tastes good, but maybe my palate's not developed enough because there are people who swear by it,
Maybe your palate is actually developed enough.
to realize that it's not good.
Yes.
But I feel like if you taste it first, I guess there's a lot of people who taste it first.
Here's the deal, Jack.
Okay, what's the deal?
Here's the deal. Is infants,
Yes.
okay, when you're born, as everybody was, the flavors that you like are sweet and I think
Savory?
it's sweet and salty.
Umami? Salty.
Sweet and salty. Right.
Still do.
Right. Like,
Not together, though.
really?
No.
What?
Not a sweet and... No, not really. Okay, it depends.
This guy.
It depends. Like, if you're talking about, like, a little bit of savoriness in your sweet, it can be good, but not like a fully, you know what I'm saying? Not maple syrup in your bacon kind of a thing.
Really?
No.
But that's like umami. That's not salty.
Bacon's definitely salty.
Bacon is salty, but it's umami. I feel like
both.
primarily.
But yeah. But although I will say bacon on certain sweet things is good, but this,
You don't like
it's
maple syrup
probably
and
just like a
bacon?
texture thing. I would think that the bacon that's just like the bacon on with syrup is just not. I don't know. It's not the right texture
Okay.
or even flavor. But I've had
fine.
maple bacon things that are good.
Jack and I don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the point, what I was saying there is infants like those are the flavors that
Yeah.
their body knows as safe, right? And so you have to learn to like the flavor of sour things, right? Like you ever like,
Man.
you seen a baby.
If I didn't learn that, where would I be?
Acidity, yeah. You give a baby a slice of lemon or that
addicted
kind of
to
stuff,
acidity,
right?
man.
Not that eating a lemon is great for anybody. Some people probably like that, which is weird. But
Shout out. You know who you are.
shout out lemon heads out there.
Shout
You
out
guys-
Grace. You're
you guys-
insane.
Grace, no.
Yeah, show me the whole, like an orange.
No, Grace. Grace. Anyway, we just
Shout out Grace, you're the best.
We just outed you.
It's a lemon
As a
head.
lemon head. So,
Oof.
right, like acidity.
Yeah.
Right, you have to learn to like that.
Yeah.
Umami. All right, you have to learn to like that.
But that okay. What is umami? Because I feel like it's a very vague thing, and I kind of know what it is.
You sound
but-
very pretentious saying it.
yeah,
but it also
this
feels
is very
good.
umami.
Umami.
No,
Yes. So umami. The reason we call it umami is because
your mommy.
the reason we call it umami is because the Japanese kind of
Shout out Simon.
created the idea for it, or at least the category for it in taste. So it's essentially savoriness,
Yeah.
but think right like the kind of savory that is in meat, in sesame, in right like when I think of umami, I think of a steak,
Yeah,
of
well,
like browned butter.
Yeah, I've always imagined it as like a buttery, rich savoriness, rather than just like a straight up like. I guess that's hard to define. Is what is savory? Is it just salted to you, or
Because
is
savory
it
can
umami?
kind of be vague. I feel
Yeah.
like honestly.
Okay.
So umami is that really rich.
Would you say like cheddar cheese is umami as well as like salty? Because it also is a little acidic as well.
I don't
Because it's got the like.
cheddar cheese,
What about like mozzarella?
mozzarella? I wouldn't
It's too creamy.
think so as much.
Sure.
Yeah, I would think that like those heavier But anyway, when I think of umami, I think of I think of a steak, especially with like a beautiful crust, you know? Like that's umami in my mind. So,
basted with butter or no?
Yeah.
You baste your steaks?
Yeah.
One way to do it.
This is a side note. I made some New York strip on my birthday.
Nice.
Speaking of which, Jack.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Will come out, and I will be 23.
Dude, that's crazy. Shout out, Jack. Happy birthday to Jack, guys. Everybody sing it.
So awkward when this happens. Don't look
Dear
at me.
Jack. That was great.
Where are the candles?
That was great, guys. That was really good. If you didn't do it, go ahead and rewind. Go ahead and rewind and sing it to him because that was just rude if you don't sing it. So
thank you, guys. I appreciate it. It's awkward, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. That was honestly probably the least awkward happy birthday song ever because you just had sat in
even
silence.
more awkward because I was imagining everyone standing here.
Just everybody in the whole internet.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
so man, my train of thought is just absolutely gone. What I was talking about is that these flavors, you need to learn to like them.
Umami, you need to learn to like them.
Umami, spice, and what was kind of the last thing? Savoriness, umami, sweet, salty. There's like a fifth one. What am I missing here? Sour. Okay. Yeah. But those flavors,
Salt,
right?
fat,
Like
acid,
when
heat.
you, even those basic flavors that like now, yeah, you're an adult. Yeah, you might like a steak. There's more, right? There's more depth. There's more things. So to say that like, oh, an acquired taste is just teaching yourself to like something that's not good, I don't think that's fair because as humans, we develop and we learn to like new things. And so I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah. I
to
mean,
explore those
you
things.
said like as a baby, you have these flavors that you like, but your palate doesn't just automatically develop. You have to do that yourself, or your parents giving you certain foods. You have to actively develop your palate to get to a certain place and to get to even higher place, and just to enjoy food more. You know, there's a lot to explore. It's good stuff. Life is too short to not eat good food.
Yep. Don't be that person that can't eat spicy food ever for any reason. Try it, guys.
I understand not liking spicy food, but I feel like just to be able to handle yourself in situations, you got to be able to eat some spicy food so you're not crying when you take a bite of something.
What I think about spice is like I don't enjoy spice when it like is gonna like hurt me.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate its presence in certain things. I think it can.
But you can build up a certain tolerance to it where somebody who's never had a spicy thing in their life will eat something with, they'll eat the deviled eggs with a little bit too much paprika on them, and they,
It's
but
like, what are you British? What's happening right
exactly. But building up a certain tolerance to it so you can enjoy it without hurting yourself.
And it's the complexity there, right? The complexity of paprika
So
and crushed black pepper.
It's not just pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are so good.
Yeah.
Shout out deviled egg stuff for real.
Oh man, it's been too long since I've had deviled eggs. Jack,
You ever
when's the
made
last
them?
time- Huh?
You ever made them? Or do you just like have them when family makes them?
Well, I feel like you gotta have the right occasion to make deviled eggs.
Yeah, you can't just have deviled eggs on a Tuesday.
Is that weird? Is it weird to just have deviled eggs?
Yeah, it is.
But honestly, like that's
What are you
kind
having for lunch? Deviled eggs.
Just
What is
like-
it? Easter?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just haven't.
Shout
had
out.
it in a while.
Last time I had deviled eggs was probably on Easter. Wow. That's too long, man.
Deviled eggs are usually a Thanksgiving food for me, but we didn't have them this year.
Never had Thanksgiving food for me. I don't. Maybe you know what? Maybe like a Thanksgiving appetizer.
Yeah.
You got the pickles. You got the deviled eggs.
Yeah.
You got the just bell peppers, carrots, maybe ranch.
Hummus.
No, never hummus. Ranch.
You guys go crazy for the hummus. What are you talking
Not me.
about?
I don't like hummus.
Oh, Jack.
Hummus isn't good. I'm sorry. There are good hummuses out there, but
I'm not
I'm
talking.
not a big
I'm
chickpea
not.
guy.
I'm not talking cracking open a plastic container of Sabre. I'm talking about just hummus as a genre. You think hummus isn't good?
Actually, no, you're right. The beet hummus Mundos had, holy, that was good.
That was good.
I love, man, the sesame oil in there.
Guys, I love sesame oil.
I don't even like beets.
I'm just gonna say it. I love sesame oil. I use it all the time.
Here's a testament to expanding your palate. I still do not like avocados, but I was like vehemently against avocados. Like I would like gag anytime I was made to eat avocados. It was bad because to me, They're bland. They're flavorless. They're just a weird fatty texture. It's just not good. Avocado toast to Mundos. I eat that like almost every day. It's incredible.
Avocados are so bust. I could eat 8 or 10 avocados
just
right now. Just straight up.
I still can't eat straight avocado.
I will take an avocado and I'll cut that open and I'll just eat.
There is no flavor that you don't do salt and pepper or anything like that.
Sometimes maybe I'll do salt and a little bit of lime if I'm feeling crazy.
I could maybe see that because avocado on its own has like absolutely no flavor. It's like eating butter but with less flavor. Butter has flavor.
Here's another segue.
Yeah.
Back to our tasting segment that we didn't plan.
Yeah.
There are some people that are, basically there's like these set flavors that your tongue can detect. Mm-hmm. There are some people that are arguing that fat itself is something that you can taste distinctively from sweet, salty, sour, umami.
Is this like a new development?
Yes, I think it's a newer thing where people are saying actually like fats are something that your tongue tastes independently. Right? Because if you're saying, well, my tongue can taste the difference between a strawberry and a blueberry, yes, that's true, but it's taking those basic flavors and then your nose is using the aromatic compounds from that to create the complex flavors. So it's taking the
teamwork.
You're tasting a blueberry, you're tasting the sweet, and you're tasting the acidity, and your nose is filling in the gaps. You're eating a strawberry, you're tasting sweetness and acidity, and your nose is filling in the gaps. So there's an argument that your tongue can taste fat too, which an avocado, rich in fat, butter, that kind of stuff.
It's crazy science to learn about food.
Yeah, food is so good.
Yeah. Shout out food, man.
Shout out food. On that note, maybe kind of, we're starting the new year here.
Yeah.
And it just got me thinking about
Thank you for spending the new year with us, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for a year of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Never thought we'd live to see the day.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Hanging on
by a thread. But like a really thick, strong, sturdy thread.
Yeah. Like a rope.
Oh, yeah.
Actually like a steel
but
cable.
Like, oh yeah, steel cable with like plenty of like hooks and carabiners. Like we're on here, guys. We're good.
I think like Mackinac Bridge suspension cable type of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Huge.
Okay. So as we're entering this new year,
yes,
what are some things that, and I'll start here,
yeah.
but some things that we would like to do or some aspirations in the area of coffee that we'd like for 2026 to be. I'll start with mine. One for me is I want to spend more time kind of tinkering with my filter brews to just really experience coffee.
Get in the weeds.
Yeah. There are, I've been busy, if you can't tell, like not working in coffee anymore, right? That creates a little bit less space for that. But then also like newborn child, right? Like you got to just make your coffee and call it good as it is. But in those moments,
you're like, miss the bloom. Well, still gonna drink it.
Yeah,
Lord knows I need it.
But in those moments where I am actually able to say, okay, here's a new coffee. Let me, I tasted it this kind of the default way. Now let me make this alteration. Let me change the minerality of the water. That kind of stuff. Like that's super fun.
It is fun.
And really, really good.
Yeah.
Like there have been coffees from Mundos, right, that I've had so many times and made the same way.
Yeah.
And then I go 1-16 on a V60 and do this specific mineral balance. I was like, there's something in this coffee that I've never even tasted before, and it's amazing.
I feel like I have the opposite. You said you don't work in coffee anymore, so you don't have as much time in it. I almost have like the opposite problem because that's all I do is coffee. So it's like I that's not the thing I think of when I come home is to tinker with brews, or even at work. There's other coffee problems that arise, but you gotta still have fun with it. So that's something I also want to do. So
yeah, so I just slow down a little bit more, and
take it easy, guys.
Take the time to really just experience coffees, especially in filter, but eat an espresso as well. I'd like to.
Yeah,
because when you have a certain level of experience, like I can just make coffee.
Yeah,
I don't need to think about it, and I can just make coffee, and it's a good cup.
Yeah, experimenting with coffee. It's not just to make your coffee good and then be done. It's to have fun with it, really. To tinker and to mess with things and to pull different flavors out of a single coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we have different brewing methods. It's not like one's, you're always buying a new one because this one's just better than the other one. It's just different.
Mm-hmm. So was that one of yours too? Or is that just one that you
I would say I relate to that. That was not one of mine,
okay.
but...
so let's hear one of yours.
Yeah, so one of mine I want to do is dive more into the world of drink creation. So, and that does involve tinkering with the coffee bar, but also just like tinkering with other flavors outside of coffee. Because that's not something that I haven't really done before. That's never been a role that I've filled as creating signature beverages. But like,
kind of Adams.
Yeah, Adams. That has been his foray of just coming up with seasonal drinks, and I'll taste them here and there. But I was like, I need to expand my skill set with that of just creating flavors and just tasting things and mixing things and making mistakes and having fun. Because I know we're talking with Morgan on episode 25 about barista competitions. That is something that I really want to do, but I don't have that. I don't even know.
The skill set.
You guys saw last episode, me trying to come up with signature drinks. We had a lot of fun, but like I need to learn more to be able to go think outside of the box.
Shout out to the guy that on TikTok.
Shout out Jeff, man. I sent him an email, and he has some excellent drink that he came up with. So if you guys haven't seen the last episode, stop right now and go watch that. But you came up with names of specialty or signature coffee beverages, and then you had me come up with whatever that would be. For instance, one of them was called Grandma's House, and then you had AI come up with that one and see who would win. I won, obviously, because I'm a human. But we posted a few of those clips on TikTok, and this guy commented on every single one of them and came up with even better drinks than I did. But he actually has a background in mixology. I reached out to him, and he wants to start a coffee cart. So he's cool for our shop at some point soon. So shout out, Jeff. Good luck on your coffee journeys in the new year, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get more into the world of drink flavors, and even really honestly into the cocktail world as well, because I think those two things can go hand in hand of just, obviously it's not coffee related, but it's flavor pairing related. So I feel like I need to immerse myself in that and to learn as much as I can and kind of take that back and come up with some just, not just another peppermint cream latte for the winter, but something actually unique.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like leaning into that is not just, like you said, not just coffee, but cocktails and even just food.
Yeah.
Right? Like taking the time to like maybe one day a week, you're like, this is going to be like the fancy dinner night where I'm going to like really put in the effort to make something complex that I've never done before. And that, like, even that I feel like gives inspiration.
Yeah. And it's translate. And I got to like, because all of these things take time, but like it is something that I'm passionate about, but it's, it's always something that's like, oh no, I've got this and this and this to do that are more important. I got to get this done, but like, got to bring that fun passion back into doing the things that you do, even everyday mundane things like making dinner. Like making dinner is something you have to do all the time, but it can be so much fun if you're actually actively thinking about it and getting excited of creating new flavor combinations or just making an excellent meal. It can be a lot of fun to make food.
Yeah.
And coffee. Shout out the world of flavor. What do you call that? The world of...
Shout out taste buds.
Shout out taste buds, man.
Something else that I'd like to do this year is modify my Gaggia. It's something that I kind of bought it with the intention of planning to do, but I'd like to hopefully be able to do it next year. I've made small adjustments, but this would be like a kind of a full...
You're going to put like a touchscreen on it?
Full scale modification, yeah.
Nice.
With like pressure profiling, PID controller, that kind of stuff, just to make it easier to use, because I think it's a great machine, but it does have its shortcomings because it's not as expensive. But there are people that have made have full kits that you can...
The Gaggia user base, man.
Yeah. Two that I can think of right. Gaggiuino is one, and then Gaggia Mate. Those are two. So if you're look at those two. They kind of offer slightly different things, but they both add a ton of features to the Gaggia.
What does the base model Gaggia like run on the used market, would you say? If someone's looking to get into it and they want to tinker.
New, it's like $500.
Really? Okay. And you would recommend buying it new from Gaggia? I mean, that's $500 is not bad at all.
No. I don't know what it would run used.
Sure. But also, there's a lot of uncertainty that goes into that. Who knows? It's an espresso machine. Who knows if they did any sort of maintenance on it? So
yeah, or if they did the wrong kind of maintenance and just disintegrated your aluminum boiler.
I did an acid wash. And there's holes in the boiler now, but you can have it for $5.
Yeah. So that's something I'd like to do because those mods just make it easier to use too, even just for steaming and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Because Fallon uses it quite a bit as well. It'd be fun. Add another layer to making espresso as well. Yeah. Also, tinkering is fun.
Tinkering is fun. Shout out. Tinkering, anything is fun.
Shout out Tinkerbells.
Shout out.
People that like to tinker. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out. Yeah. Tinkerers. Tinkerbells.
They're Tinkerbells.
Tinker.
I coined it, Jack. I coined it. It's too late.
What's the masculine of Tinkerbell? Tinkerben?
Tinkerbens and Tinkerbells. Sure.
Oh, man. Wow. Where have we gone?
I don't know. 2026, Jack. What's your next one?
My next one? Where was I? I had one and I didn't write it down.
You said, well, I know. You said they were in here, Jack.
They were in here, but now they're gone. I mean, very similar to yours, but I think make more espresso and mess with that more. Because that's one thing that I haven't done a whole lot is, I got the espresso machine really so my wife could make hot chocolates or lattes or whatever it is to steam milk. And it's done a great job at that. But I love espresso, and I need to slow down and take some time just to dial in coffees that I get and try them at home, and new coffee releases that Mundos releases or new coffees that I get sent from Podium, just to make more espresso, because espresso is good. Cortados, macchiatos, all of it.
Yeah. I'll usually, not every day, but specifically on days off, because we've got Mundos coffee at the office. Yeah. So I don't need to make a ton of coffee before I go to work. Yeah. I'll usually make one cup or something, but on the days off or like Sundays, I'll usually make a filter and an espresso brew. So whether it's just drinking an espresso or making a cortado, it's nice to have. Kind of. We'll do both most days.
Fine.
Yeah, it's nice. Something that I would like to do is kind of diversify the roasters I'm getting coffee from. I'd like to just this podcast is obviously a great avenue for that because we get a lot of coffee, get to try new stuff. But it's been so long since I personally really have sought out coffee from other roasters. Ben Law, shout out Ben Law. Texted us the other day some coffee he got from Valor. And he was like, man, it's been a long time since I got a coffee from Valor, which I guess April, which, wasn't that long ago, but almost a year now. Yeah. But I love their coffee, and so I'd love to just be better about keeping my eyes out instead of just,
keep your eyes up, not down,
Yeah, real. Just, and explore new roasters, which we do here pretty often, which is fun, but I think that's great.
Have you ever had an April? Thinking of Ben Law, have you ever had an April coffee before?
I've never had an April coffee.
Shout out. We need to have Ben Law on and have an April coffee and talk about the world of...
He's just an April super fan, though. He might be too biased.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need 2 April nobodies and then an April super fan, and then we can kind of balance it out.
Have you ever had?
No.
Really?
No, never had.
I'm honestly surprised that I've never had an April coffee, which it feels weird to say.
It's where is it located? It's
Copenhagen.
Located and that's in... What country is that? I don't know.
Dude, I can't remember.
It's not like Sweden.
Look at us.
No.
Jack, edit that out.
That's so embarrassing. Ben Law's never going to come on the podcast now.
It's in Northern Europe, and I can't remember.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Is it even in Copenhagen, or did I just make that up?
No, it is in Copenhagen, yeah. You did not.
Okay. This is why we need a third guy off camera.
Yeah, we need a Jamie for...
yeah. Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah, seriously. Copenhagen? Denmark?
It's in Denmark. Is it in Denmark?
No. Don't. Okay. Maple coffee.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Wi-Fi work.
Yeah, this will.
Copenhagen.
Yeah, this will.
Denmark. Okay, it is.
Oh, it's in Denmark. Okay.
That's Copenhagen.
It's
probably just
that's probably how they say it.
But
This will be great. This can be in our top 10 most embarrassing podcast moments.
Shout out. We got to do a
video.
highlight of this, man.
Highlight of this. Yeah, let's really milk this.
Yeah, we'll just do all of those as one episode on April Fools. Just
Nick and Jack are ignorant idiots.
Yes. Well, we are, and you guys got to
true.
correct us. So we purposefully make mistakes so that you guys can correct us. We got to know that you guys are holding us accountable.
So you don't feel intimidated by our extreme intellect. We intentionally pretend like we didn't know.
We obviously knew.
Guys, obviously.
We're just trying to
Denmark.
level out the playing field here.
Denmark. Everybody knows that. So,
but I really want to talk about that style of roasting. That's something that I've never really delved into. Is that lighter style of roasting?
Nordic style.
The Nordic style of just uber light roasts. Mm-hmm. Some people say underdeveloped.
Medium rare.
You never say. You never know. But that's a topic for another day.
Medium rare to rare, honestly, probably.
I like my steaks medium rare.
Yeah.
What about you? Medium? Medium well?
Medium rare.
Well done?
Medium rare rare. No, get out of town. Just enough to where that fat can render, you know?
Man, love rendering fat.
Dude. Rendering fat, rendering chunks. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Rendering chunks of fat.
Yep.
Wow. Well, this has been, what is this, episode 29?
Jack, I have no idea. You know that I never know this.
Yes, it's episode 29. It says it right there.
Episode 29.
That's been episode 29. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for 1 year plus. Mm-hmm. Will we make it to 2 years? Comment down
30
below.
more.
30 more years?
Here's to 30 more, yep.
Holy crap. That's a long time.
Jack, it's in the contract.
I'll be... Shoot. I'll be 53 by then.
The contract mention.
Oh,
shout out Simon.
Man. No, Simon doesn't get a shout out for that.
Well,
shout out Tyler and Josh.
Yeah.
And what's Josh's baby name? What's their son?
Daughter?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Felix. Shout out Felix.
Yep.
Wow. Off track.
Childhood.
You guys
Debbie Ryan.
Stuck with
Debbie
us.
Dunn. Debbie Ryan Dunn.
Real. Speaking of done.
So are we.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
See you guys next time.